Gamers, this book has just come out. This bad boy can fit so many wounds in it. Mostly 2. Well, the Chaos Space Marine Codex, the long-awaited Chaos Space Marine Codex, has finally landed on the shelf. It's available to pre-order as we speak. Just generally, just chat about why they're good, and also get some interactions from the chat. So if you're watching live, feel free to butt in, tell me what you think. But this Chaos Space Marine Codex, a lot of you might have already seen the reviews, but essentially it has rules for all of the 6 basic legions, along with creations of Biles and Red Corsairs for all of you Successor Legion, Renegade Legion players. I'm afraid there are no rules for you in here. As well as World Eaters. World Eaters don't have any rules in here. They're in a White Dwarf that I think they stopped selling this week. So if you want one, grab one now. This is for Emperor's Children players, and it's for your other generic legions such as Black Legion, Iron Warriors, Night Lords, Alpha Legion, all that. Well, this is an updated 9th edition codex. Basically, what they've done is they've given it the Death Guard Thousand Suns treatment, you know. By that I mean everyone's gained a wound, pretty much. All of the characters have gained a wound. All your basic units pretty much have gained a wound, such as your Legionaries, or the old Chaos Space Marines. Your Terminators, your Chosen, all gained a wound. And everything's gained +1 attack. Everything pretty much has 1 more attack than it used to. However, you have lost Hateful Assault, which is the old +1 attack on the charge, which is understandable, because now you get +1 attack all the time, because you're a Chaos Space Marine, because you hate everything. You get +1 attack all the time. Most of the psychic powers for one of the disciplines has remained the same, such as Prescience, Death Hex. Warp Time is still here, albeit you can't charge afterwards now, which is a bit of a shame. But that's much like what they did with Thousand Suns, as I've already mentioned. Defilers and stuff have got a little bit better. Your Mauler Fiends and Forge Fiends have got better, but it's exactly what it was in the Death Guard book. But what has got better in here, I think, the overall winners of this book, is if you have a demon keyword, you're kind of laughing. Because in the other books, they kind of suck. They're kind of just alright. But if you've got the demon keyword, Daemonkin especially, oh boy, you're onto a winner. Daemonkin are looking spicy. The Master of Possession having a bunch of really good, really good psychic powers on the Malefic discipline, which has had a bit of a facelift, should I say. So the Malefic discipline having a bunch of new psychic powers, or even they've all got the same name, but like they've just had another rule put on top. So what can I say? Let's talk about a Warp Marked Malediction. If manifested, select one enemy unit within 18 inches of the psychic until the start of your next psychic phase. Each time a Daemonkin or Demon Engine makes a wound attack against that unit, add 1 to wound rolls. You can just give +1 to wound rolls for all your Demon Engines, your Daemonkin units. What is a Daemonkin unit? Oh, let me tell you. Chat. It is a lot. Let's say Daemonkin. You want to know what a Daemonkin unit is? Well, talk about an Obliterator, why don't you? Do you like Obliterators? They're Daemonkin. What else is Daemonkin? Possessed are also Daemonkin. And these 2 units are very, very good. Possessed move 9, have a weapon skill, ballistic skill of 3, their strength and toughness 5, they have 3 wounds each, they have 6 and 5 attacks respectively, and have a 3+ armor save. They've got a 5+ invulnerable save and give out -1 leadership. That's fine. They have, as I said, 6 and 5 attacks at strength 5, -2 damage, which is really, really good. So they can be given +1 to wound with all of those attacks. It's a horrific bunch of attacks. The new possessed models are super cool, and I really want them to transfer this data sheet over into the Death Guard Codex. But what else? As I said, Obliterators. Obliterators are really good. They always have been. They're now 9 points a model. They don't have to randomly roll for their shots. They just choose a profile. You've got heavy D6 +9, strength 5 -1 damage, which you can give +1 to wound. You have ruinous salvo, heavy D3 +3, strength 7 -2 damage, which you give +1 to wound. And you have heavy D3, strength 9 -3, 4 damage. And also they can shoot you whilst in combat, which is just stupid. Demon Engines. What's a Demon Engine? It's anything that's a demon and an engine. It's a Helldrake. It's a Forge Fiend. It's a Mauler Fiend. It's a Defiler. It's all that shit, you know? All the big walking vehicle monster things. Just chilling, having the best time. That's just the first power. Pact of Flesh. Choose a friendly Legion core, Daemonkin, or character unit. One unit model of that unit gains D3 lost wounds. If it's a core Daemonkin unit, it's not of its starting strength. 1 destroy model is added back. Also, yes, you can heal Abaddon. Sound. Cursed Earth. Watch House 7 in manifested. See you start next psychic phase. While a friendly Daemonkin unit is within 6 inches of this unit, in 6 inches of the Psyker, Daemonkin and Demon Engines gain a 4+ invulnerable save. That's what it did. That's what it used to do. You know what else it does now? Each time an enemy unit finishes a charge move, roll a d6 whilst a charge move and engagement range of that unit that's gaining the 4+ invuln. On a 2 to 4, it takes a mortal wound. On a 5, it does d3. Possession. Witchfire. Roll one enemy unit within 9 inches of visible psychic. Roll 1d6, adding to the result if it was on a unmodified casting value of 10. If the result is greater than the unit's toughness characteristic, one model selected by your opponent is destroyed. Then if it's not been destroyed, that unit takes d3 mortal wounds. Like, you can straight up get within 9, which is hard, it's not easy, but you can get within 9 and snipe a character, take out a random model in a unit. It's just, you go up to a character, roll greater than the unit's toughness, one model in that unit is destroyed. You know? Captains, 5 wounds. You know? Lieutenants, 4 wounds. Apothecaries, 4 wounds. You know, that's just Space Marines. Space Marines are tough as 4. Just roll a 5, you know, with +1 if you roll over 10. You know? Just straight up kill a character just by rolling a 10 on 2 dice and then rolling a 4. It's ridiculous. It's so good. It is only 9-inch range, but it's horrifically strong power. There's also Infernal Power, as we've already mentioned. Has a charge value of 6. Select a Daemonkin or Demon Engine unit within 18 inches. Each time a melee attack is made by Daemonkin or Demon Engine model in that unit, an unmodified hit roll of a 6 automatically wounds. In such cases, for the purposes of rules that are triggered by a particular wound roll, it is considered to be made by a unmodified wound roll of a 6. So you basically get Hail of Doom on one of your units for all of its weapons, which is really good. In melee only, but still. Mutate Invigoration. As what charge value set, it manifests to select one friendly Legion unit within 18 inches of the Psyker. Until the start of your next Psychic phase, add 1 to either strength or toughness characteristics. If it's 10, and you selected a Daemonkin or Demon Engine, add 1 to both. These are 6 very, very good powers. Not all, some of them better than others. But my god, those are 6 very, very strong powers that can affect Demon and Daemonkin units. Daemonkin, Demon Engine. Toughness 10 Land Raiders. You know what else is a Demon Engine? Where is he? Where is he? A Lord Discordant is also a Demon Engine, chap. A Lord Discordant is also a Demon Engine. Now, the Lord Discordant has lost 3 wounds. However, this is more of a buff than a nerf, because now you can hide it behind other Demon Engines and benefit from the Lookout Sir rules, such as putting it behind a Lord Discordant behind a Forged Fiend or whatever. You can't get targeted with ranged weapons, which arguably is worth taking 3 wounds away. I would rather have 3 less wounds than being able to be shot, you know. Also, his Corrupt Machine Spirits is no longer an aura ability. It's choose a unit, but it's much better against other units rather than like what it used to do, because now you choose a unit in the command phase, 1 vehicle. If it's friendly, you give it +1 to hit, which is cool. You can give it to himself as well. He doesn't degrade either now, which is also quite big. He doesn't degrade, so he's always moving 12, always hitting on 2s, but you can give him +1 to hit to himself. And yes, you can spam them. You can take 3 in an army, you know, 3 in a battalion, whatever, and 3 in the same detachment. So he doesn't degrade. You can give himself or another unit +1 to hit. But also, if you choose an enemy unit within 9, you roll a number of d6 equal to the wound characteristic of that model, and each roll of a 6, you do a mortal wound up to a maximum of 6. So if you get close to a knight, you can roll 24 dice and try and do up to 6 mortal wounds, which is very, very good. A very good ability, especially if he doesn't need to give out +1 to hit to himself, you know. Also, the Technovirus Injector is much better. It now just gives you +1 damage against vehicles. Rather than doing some random mortal wounds, just give yourself +1 damage. With everything that's in melee. Which is, I will tell you, a Magma Cutter, which is range 6, assault 1, is a melter gun that's always +2 damage. Strength 8 -4, d6 +2. You got Bladed Limbs. It makes 4 attacks at strength 6 -2 damage. They're 3 damage against the vehicle. Impaler Chainglaive, which you'll be making 6 attacks with, which is strength 6 -3, 2 damage. he'll be 3 damage against a vehicle, and if he makes a charge move, that's +1 to wound as well. So strength 6 kind of sucky, but when you're getting +1 to wound, you're winning most stuff on 4s. You can obviously give veterans of the Long War, I think it's called Hatred Eternal now, the +1 to wound as well, which is pretty good. And then he's obviously got his Mecha Tendrils, which is 4 attack, strength 4, no AP, and 1 damage, which should be 2 damage against the vehicle. So if he destroys a vehicle with a melee attack, he can use his Corrupt Machine Spirits, which is either +1 to hit or do mortal wounds to an enemy unit in the command phase. You can do that twice a turn rather than once for the rest of the game. For the rest of the game. So how many points is he? Let me tell you, chap. He's 175 points and worth every fucking penny. Very, very good. Now, I know everyone's talking about Abaddon, but you could take 3 Lord Discordants. You can take 3 of them. They're characters. So I said you can benefit from Lookout Say. You can give them Warlord traits. You can give them relics. Now, I haven't had a proper deep dive to the Warlord traits and relics yet, but I'm sure there's going to be quite a few. You can give him marks, as we mentioned. So, for those Lord Discordants and that Master of Possession, which you can play with, so you can buff him with all of those powers. As I said, +1 toughness, make him toughness 8. Alright, cool. You also give him Mark of Corns, give him +1 strength on the charge. This Lord Discordant, so it'll be strength 7, it'll be strength 5 base, so it'll go up to strength 7 on the charge with the Impaler Chainglaive with +1 to wound, which is very nice. You give him Mark of Zinch to turn a failed save to 0. Bearing in mind he has a 2-up save. It's a 5+1 and it regains a wound. So he's regaining the wound every turn and he's got 5+1. You get Mark of Nurgle, which is kind of fine. It's -1 to wound if they're strength 7, because you're never going to be double. If you're strength 14, you're -1 to wound, which it won't come up very often, but you know. Or you can even fight first with Mark of Slanesh, and these are all 15 points each. You can get 3 of them and Abaddon, because Abaddon is a Supreme Commander. You can come in the Supreme Commander attachment. You sure can. Abaddon is very, very good. Obviously, everyone's kind of I've not really spoke about him much because everyone's kind of spoken about him. But yeah, Abaddon is really good. He's obviously 300 points, strength 6, toughness 6, 9 wounds, infantry. Even though he's on a 60mm base, same size as Guilliman, and Guilliman's a monster, Abaddon is infantry, which means I presume you can put him in your toughness 10 Land Raider. Unless it says it can't transport him. He kind of should be a monster in my opinion, but there you go. So that's like my first impression. I know it's like short and sweet. Like I think Daemonkin look really strong. You've obviously got the old, what they called now, the fast attack. They're now fast attack. The Venom Crawler are also demon engines. They give +1 to psychic tests for your Master of Possession whilst within 9, and they're really cheap. Venom Crawler 105. 105 points, you give out +1 to cast. It moves 12, strength 7, 9 wound, 3-up save, 5+1. Heals a wound every turn. It's got a little kind of decent gun, strength 6, -2 damage at 3 shots, and then 6 attacks at -3 and 2 damage. So it's not like a horrific combat monster, but for 100 points, it's very spammable. Oh, it's got 2 of those guns, sorry. So it's got 6 strength 6, -2, 2 damage. So yeah, so the Venom Crawlers are really cheap. You give out that +1 to casting Master Possession, and it just kind of feels like, yeah, there's some cool stuff in this book, but Daemonkin and Demon Engines feel horrific. They feel really good. I don't know why anyone else would look at other things. So I think initially, you're going to see lots of people running Possessed, lots of people running Obliterators and Demon Engines while they kind of figure out the Codex. And then we'll see something else rise to the top. It could be this. It could be this. It could just be Daemonkin, but I don't know. But I think they're like the ones to watch out for. They're really good.